Welcome to this tutorial for using the United Coalition of Reason website. If you run a local coalition group, then you have a page on the website. From the home page, you'll see there's a row of orange states and provinces for the US and Canada. Of course, you can scroll through this list and select your state to see all of the local CoRs. Or if you prefer, scroll down and you can see the list of states. Here, for example, I'll click on Texas and I'll get a list of all the local CoRs in Texas. Let's go to the first one, which is Austin. So here's what Austin's local CoR page looks like. At the top, About Us. Then scrolling down, you see all the groups. Below that, some custom pages. Then in the right sidebar, you'll see there's a blog and a place to see more. Right now there's just one blog post. As the owner of your local group, you can edit your blog, add pages, and modify your main page. Let me show you how to do that. We'll have to log into WordPress, the editing system for the website. So here I'll put in my group's username and password. Clicking to remember me means it'll be easier to log in later. This home page is very confusing, but there are only three things we care about: the posts, the pages, and the profile. Let's start with the profile, which is how you edit your main page. The profile page is also very confusing, but we only care about one field, the group description field. So scroll down until you see that field, and that's where all the information is about your local group. The About Us, the list of groups, the pages, it's all there in this What You See is What You Get editor, WYSIWYG editor. From here I can change, first of all, I'll change the word so to the word if. Then I can scroll down and click to update the page, which saves it. And now if I switch and go back to the Austin page and reload that page, you'll see that the word so has changed to the word if. You can, of course, make your own changes. There's also a text editor, an HTML editor. Click on the HTML tab if you want to edit using HTML. You shouldn't need that level of technical expertise, but if you have someone on your team who's comfortable with a bit of computer jargon, then you're all set there as well. You can see here that there are some pages. These are just links, really. Let me show you how to add a link. So here on the profile page, we're going to edit our WYSIWYG editor, and we're going to add a link. For example, here if I had a Facebook page, I might say, like me on Facebook. Then I can use the mouse to highlight that text. Then above, in the item bar, you can see there's two chain links together. That's the link icon. You click that, and it lets you put in a website address, a URL. Now I'm also going to click to open in a new tab. This means that your page won't get hidden when someone clicks a link. If someone clicks a link, it'll open a new tab, preserving your page still being open. And of course it creates all the appropriate HTML gobbledygook if that's important to you. So the WYSIWYG editor is creating HTML, which is the stuff that web pages are built from. Of course, I have to click Update to be able to see that. Let's try to add a page. I click Pages, Add Page, and now I'm going to add the Austin Coalition of Reason Superstars. This might be a list of people who've volunteered heavily recently. Working to add a new page is very similar to working with a profile. You put in a header, Austin CoR Superstars. Then you put in some text. Now with this text, if I want to, I can highlight the 4 rows and then click the bullet icon, which turns it into a bulleted list. I can also click on Marcy and make that bold. Click on Becca, make it italic. Make some of the text at the top italic. As you can see, it's pretty straightforward to use. I can also highlight that list and make it a numbered list. Here I have some text. I'm going to add media. Adding media usually means a photo, but you can also upload PDFs or other kinds of documents using this interface. So here I'm just uploading it. In the right-hand side, I choose an alignment. Let's say right aligned. I'll choose a size, and then I'm going to insert it into the page. So there it's inserted right into the page. Of course, I'm going to click Update or Publish, and that's going to create this page. Let's actually view page and take a look at it. So here's the actual page that's created, not too complex. Of course, the page is going to have a web address, a URL. So I'm going to copy that web address, and we're going to create a link on the main page, which, as you recall, is just part of the profile. So here on the profile, I'm going to scroll down to Pages. I'll add a link for Austin CoR Superstars. First, I type the text. Then I select the text with the mouse. Then I click the link icon and then paste in the web address. So now I've created that page. Oh, don't forget to update the page. That's important. Now if I refresh this page, you'll see the link has been created. And if I were to click that, that would go through to the actual page that I made. Now I don't want to screw up the Austin CoR Superstars. Notice at the bottom it says Edit. If I click on that, I can go back to editing the page. I'm going to put it into the trash so I don't get in trouble by editing some local group's page. And I'll go back to the WYSIWYG editor for the profile, and I'll remove that link by simply highlighting it with the mouse and then pressing the delete key. Boop, it's gone. And of course, update page. Don't forget to do that. Now let's create an entry in this group's blog. To do that, go to the left sidebar and select Posts, and then Add New. You'll see the same overwhelming and confusing interface, but fortunately, again, we only care about a few fields, such as the title. So here I'll put the title here. You can put anything you want to in your blog, but typical things are announcements of upcoming events, news you want to report, or fundraisers that you're doing. So here I'll type in some text that might relate to one of those 3 things. I can also include an image. Let's put in some dummy text. Now you notice above the WYSIWYG editor, there's a button that says Add Media. I click Add Media. Then it lets me choose a file from my own personal computer. I choose a file, and then in the right sidebar, I can tell what kind of alignment it will have and what size it should be, and then I insert it into the post. Additionally, in the right sidebar, if you scroll down, you'll see Featured Image. This is important because a featured image is actually required. So you won't be allowed to save your post if you don't include a featured image. I'll just click on the same one for simplicity. Now if I click on View Page, you'll see that the post itself has both images, both being the same. There it is in the sidebar. If I click Read More to see the full page, there's the entire post with the 2 images. If I go back, I can, of course, edit that post. Just click on the image and click Delete, and then that's gone. At the bottom of the post, you notice the word Edit, which is clickable. This is just like the word Edit at the bottom of the page we created. If I click Edit, then I can edit the post directly from there. And I can, for example, put it into the trash. So now I've gotten rid of it, so the Austin CoR isn't calling me up wondering what's going on. If you ever get lost, go to the upper left where the W is and click on that W, and you get back to the WordPress interface. There is one topic that's advanced that most of you won't care about that I do want to talk about. It's the event page. Notice that Austin CoR has an event page. If I click and load that events page, it has an embedded Google Calendar. It's embedded with a kind of HTML technology called a frame. A frame allows you to put in foreign content, like Google, into your group's page. But that's a bit dangerous because viruses and hackers can use that to insert foreign content. So if you try to edit your page, you're actually prevented from doing that. So when I update this, notice the frame just disappears. That code is not there anymore. The way to get around this is to take out the last tag, the closing tag for the iframe, and to put in square brackets instead of angle brackets. That's a convention we've added so that WordPress knows that you're an insider, that it's safe to trust you, and that it's okay for you to use frames for Google Calendar or for PayPal. I hope that you'll take some time to go through the website and take a look at the About Us pages and the big list of groups, of course. The news from a national level, and also, of course, on each group page, the blog, which contains local news. You'll also find a lot of resources, including a pamphlet that you can print out. If your group doesn't have tax-exempt status, you must know that the national CoR now has tax-exempt status. So if your donors pass their money through us to give to you, they can then write it off on their taxes. And of course, the contact page. This is your group's page, and it is your responsibility to keep it accurate, keeping the description up to date, the list of groups up to date, and maintaining your blog by adding new information, new announcements, new news. But of course, we'll help you when we can. Please go to the contact page to get help. That's the end of this tutorial. I hope that you enjoyed it and that it'll be useful to you.